Hello, and welcome to another Crack-a-Pack. Today I will be opening and reading every single card inside a Phyrexia All Will Be One draft booster. Then making a pack one, pick one, as though I were in a draft. I'll be including timestamps below if you would like to skip ahead to see the entire pack contents and my pick. But otherwise, let's get cozy and appreciate every single card in this pack. Thirsting Roots. Green for a sorcery. Common. Choose one. Search your library for a basic land card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand. Then shuffle. Proliferate. Blazing Crescendo. 1 red for an instant. Common. Target creature gets +3/+1 until end of turn. Exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. They call themselves the Quiet Furnace. Ironic. Tyvar. Tyranax Atrocity. 3 green for a 4/4 creature, Phyrexian dinosaur, common. Haste. Toxic 3. While some predators specialize in speed, size, or deadly venom, the adaptive Tyranax see no need to limit themselves. Vanish into eternity. 2 white for an instant. Common. This spell costs 3 more to cast if it targets a creature. Exile target non-land permanent. Faced with a blast that would level not only New Phyrexia, but also a dozen innocent worlds, Elspeth consigned it and herself to the nothingness in between. Planar Disruption. 1 white for an enchantment, aura, common. Enchant artifact, creature, or planeswalker. Enchanted permanent can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. New Phyrexia's planar defenses scattered the Planeswalker strike team on arrival. Elish Norn knew they were coming. Cutthroat Centurion. 2 black for a 2/2. Artifact creature, Phyrexian warrior, common. Sacrifice another artifact or creature. Cutthroat Centurion gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. We both serve the Demon Thane. Your parts would better serve with me. Zealot's Conviction. White for an enchantment or a common. Flash. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. Corrupted. As long as an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, enchanted creature gets an additional +1/+0 and has first strike. Prophetic Prism. 2 for an artifact, common. When Prophetic Prism enters the battlefield, draw a card. 1 tap, add 1 mana of any color. The 5 suns may have dimmed, but their light still guides us. Thrun. Escaped Experiment. 1 blue for a 2/1. Artifact creature, Phyrexian beast, common. Whenever Escaped Experiment attacks, target creature an opponent controls gets -X/-0 until end of turn, where X is the number of artifacts you control. One morning, the test subject decided to perform trials on the scientists. Malkador's Watcher. 1 blue for a 1/1. Artifact creature, Phyrexian drone, common. Flying. Vigilance. When Malkador's Watcher dies, draw a card. Each of the Gitaxian sectives watches the others, looking for any hint of imperfection. Veil of Assimilation. 1 white for an artifact, uncommon. Whenever Veil of Assimilation or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, target creature you control gets +1/+1 and vigilance until end of turn. Hear only harmony, see only glory, speak only truth. Atraxa. Tamiyo's Immobilizer. 3 blue for an artifact. Uncommon. Tamiyo's Immobilizer enters the battlefield with 4 oil counters on it. Tap. Remove an oil counter from Tamiyo's Immobilizer. Tap target artifact or creature. Visitors to the surgical bay often become permanent residents. Exuberant Fuseling. Red for a 0/1 creature. Phyrexian Goblin Warrior. Uncommon. Trample. Exuberant Fuseling gets +1/+0 for each oil counter on it. When Exuberant Fuseling enters the battlefield, and whenever another creature or artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put an oil counter on Exuberant Fuseling. Nice. We have a Sword of Forge and Frontier. 3 for an artifact, equipment, mythic rare. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from red and from green. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. You may play an additional land this turn. Equip 2. We have a forest. Interesting placement of the mana symbol here. And then a tip card. Alright, so here is our pack. I think I'm pretty sold on the sword here. I wouldn't normally take equipment very highly in draft, but I think this one is compelling enough. The equip cost is very reasonable, and you benefit from significant card advantage. It's super nice that it also allows you to play extra lands. So yeah, I'm pretty certain that this is a good pick. But if we weren't going to take the rare, let's take a look at what else there is here. I'm probably looking mostly at these. I like that Malkador's Watcher is cheap and evasive, but also draws a card once it's kind of run out of its usefulness. And then Planar Disruption, essentially a removal spell. I do like that. Maybe I'm looking at the Tyranax Atrocity, but I'm not sure how that's going to shake out. It is big. Having haste kind of makes up for it costing 5 mana. Maybe a good way to surprise an opponent. Like maybe they've traded off a bunch of creatures and then on your next attack you can just swing in if they are feeling kind of safe. And then the Toxic 3 puts them in corrupted territory right away. So yeah, this is maybe a bit of a dangerous card. It would be extra good if it had trample, but can't have everything, I suppose. And then we have Vanish into Eternity, maybe. It does seem a bit expensive. I do like exiling things for sure, but 6 mana to be able to target a creature is a little steep. It is actually pretty good Planeswalker removal, and there are a decent amount of those in this set. Can also free up a creature from Planar Disruption. So, I don't know, maybe it's a little better than I think, but in terms of creature removal, it is quite expensive. And then, having not played the set much quite yet, Thirsting Roots may or may not be pretty good. Being able to proliferate for 1 seems okay. I think Proliferate is baked into a bunch of cards already, so maybe it's not worth it to take up an entire card slot in your deck for a card that's only dedicated to 1 instance of Proliferate. It is a little bit versatile in that you can just grab a land for it. So, I don't know, maybe it's alright. But yeah. Overall, I am happy taking the Sword of Forge and Frontier, but definitely leave me a comment and let me know which card you would be taking from this pack. If you're also taking the sword, what other cards might you be considering? Is there something else in here that maybe you would take? I really didn't consider any of these artifacts, but maybe you have a different opinion and I would love to talk about it. But let's go ahead and make our pick, shuffle up the remaining cards, and lay them out. And there we have it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're enjoying Phyrexia All Will Be One, whether you're out at your local game store or on Arena or Magic Online. I would love to hear about your experience so far, and as we continue to learn more about this set. Still early days here, so I'm sure there's a lot to learn, a lot of decks to be discovered still, so it's a really fun time to be a Magic player, I think. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already, and join me back here every Monday and Friday for new Magic the Gathering ASMR videos. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.